Welcome to Education Lifeline. Today we'll be graphing equations in standard form. Now, if you haven't watched our previous video on standard form, it will be linked in the description below as well as on the top right hand corner of your screen. Please check that video out before watching this one. So here we have two equations in standard form, and we will be graphing them on this coordinate plane right here. Now, the easiest way to graph equations in standard form is to find the y and x-intercepts of that equation. So basically, the x-intercept of a line is where that line meets the x-axis, and that will be when y equals 0. So the point for an x-axis will be x0 for a particular value of x. Same thing goes for the y-intercept. It's where the line meets the y-axis when x equals 0. So the point will be 0, y, for a certain value of y. Now, if you're trying to find the x and y-intercepts of the first equation here, we're going to plug in this 0 for y to find the x-intercept. So if we do that, we'll get 3x minus 5 times 0 equals negative 15. Now, negative 5 times 0 is 0, so we have 3x minus 0, or just 3x, equals negative 15. And once we divide both sides by 3, we are left with x equals negative 5. So our x-intercept for the first example is going to be negative 5, 0. Now the y-intercept is going to be when x equals 0. So we have 3 times 0 minus 5y equals negative 15. So 3 times 0 is 0, and 0 minus negative 5 equals negative 15, or negative 5y equals negative 15. Once you divide both sides by negative 5, we'll get y is equal to 3. And the y-intercept of the first equation is going to be 0, 3. So we can plot these 2 points on the coordinate plane, and then connect the points to get a line like this. And this is going to be the graph of the first example here. Now, when we're trying to solve for the y and x-intercepts of an equation, one thing we can do is we can cover up one of the terms. So since we have y equals 0 for the x-intercept, this whole term is going to be equal to 0, and we're going to be left with 3x equals negative 15. And if we cover up 3x to find the y-intercept, we'll get negative 5y equals negative 15, or that's what we got right over here. So let's try that for the next example. So we have x plus y equals negative 3, and the x-intercept is 0, where y equals 0. So this term is going to be, we can just cover that up, and we are left with x equals negative 3. So the x-intercept is going to be negative 3, 0. Now, since x equals 0, when we find the y-intercept, we can cover up the x, and we're left with y equals negative 3. So we have 0, negative 3 on this side. And so once we plot these points, and connect the line, we have the graph of the second example. So that's it for graphing equations in standard form. If this video was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to Education Lifeline. Please watch our previous videos and check the description below for other helpful resources. Thanks for watching.